All right, I'm making this video tonight because I'm looking to open up a position in Draftkings. That's ticker symbol DKNG. If you're unfamiliar with it, what the company does is, let's pull this up off their website. They started off with daily fantasy sports, and then ended up opening up a sports book that's available to, I think, 11 states right now that have legalized gambling, and also now offer a casino. That you can go on there, play slot machines, blackjack, roulette, all the same stuff you could do in a real casino, but online. So uh, online gambling is their play. Looking at the charts and why I'm looking to enter into this play right now is because football season's right around the corner. Football season should be picking up in around middle of August. Earnings should be coming up here for DraftKings in about a month, and I think once we kind of the earnings release should start to see some upward momentum in this, and then once the second round of earnings come in around November, I think they'll start seeing the realized profits from football season. Not just NFL, but also college football is the most popular bet on sport, in the United States at least. So looking back at the chart, it did hit a bottom of about $30 in August of last year. And like I said, right after earnings, went on a nice little run up to 64, came back on a correction. And then after their second round of earnings, just started ripping through football season all the way until they hit a high of $74 right around March 19th. So it has been in a downward channel, downward trend, and it still is moving downwards. What I'm looking at here is these support levels of 4107. That's where I'm going to try to accumulate shares here, or maybe even open up some options contracts. I'm looking for this to bounce off of this 41. So I'm not necessarily looking to get into this play tomorrow morning. This is something that I'm going to continue to watch. And if we are able to, maybe come down and touch this and find support and start moving upwards, that's when I'm going to really look to get in and start jumping on this play. If it falls through, I could see it going even lower to this $35 range from back here, this low from October 30th. I don't see it breaking through that, but if it did, we'd be looking to go all the way down to 31. At that point, I probably wouldn't even jump into the stock. But we are looking oversold right now. We just hit this. We're trading at 28 on the RSI right now. And, the last time it got into this oversold kind of range was back in May. And we did see a run up off this 41 level all the way up to 56. And we are in this oversold level. If we go all the way back to October, when it kind of got into this same oversold range on the RSI, is when we saw the big run up from $34 all the way up to 74. So I think it's a good opportunity to get into this play again with football season right around the corner. But what I'm looking at is more of a long-term play. This isn't a short-term, something that, we're going to see. You could see profit pretty quickly, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking at in it. I'm thinking this is something that maybe, come September, come October, that's when we'll really start to see this play start moving up. So what I'm looking at because of that is February options. So I'm going to be looking at the February option chain. That's February 18th expiration date. And the one that I'm really looking at right now is, let me pull this up, probably getting in here at this $65 strike. It has a delta of about 0.23, and I think that's going to give us the best bang for our buck. I don't necessarily know if the stock's going to actually get up to 65, but it doesn't necessarily have to. So right now, this is trading at about, let's say, $2 is probably where you can get in at. Maybe a little cheaper as the stock, if it goes down a couple more dollars and ends up falling to that, that bottom of 41 and bouncing off of it. But I think anywhere in here, even if you were to go in and buy these this week, you'll still be fine by the time February rolls around. And just to pull up the options profit calculator to kind of see how this would work out. So again, $65 strike for February 18th. I've already plugged it in here. So this is based on us buying it at $2.03. But, if we were to see some upward momentum, even in the short term, let's say hit $51 by, the end of July, we'll be looking at a 95% profit. But what I'm looking at is kind of into like the September-ish range. And if we can get up to, this $60 level, $55 range, we're looking at 100% profit. If the stock absolutely starts moving, like I think it has the ability to, and ends up hitting all-time highs, during that kind of football season range, getting us up to like $72, somewhere in there, we're looking at a 500% return. And again, because we're going so deep out into February with this, for me, this is something that if we end up, passing that strike of 65 and trading at 70, 72, somewhere in there, and even if it takes us all the way into February, we're still looking at a 250% return. So I do feel really strongly about this play. I don't think that there's a huge, there's always risk in everything, but for me, this is going to be really more of a safer play. I think that we're going to see some turnaround in the stock here, and that's what I'm banking on. So, anyways, again, long term, this is long term for me. Usually, I get into plays and I'm looking at more of a 2-month, 3-month scenario. This is one that I am going to give at least 6 months, but I want to get in early again before football season really gets started and try to take advantage of these lower prices that the stock is at right now. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, hit the like and subscribe button, and also come check us out every morning at 6 a.m. That's on the West Coast. So basically a half hour before market opens, I do a live stream for about 2 hours, talking stocks with Coach B. All right. Have a good evening and good luck in the markets, no matter what stock you're into.